Hello there, good evening, wee Paddy from across the shuck. Now, another wee video for you. As in the title, it says 3x2 knife community tag. And the reason for that title is that I don't know whether anybody else gets like this, but I've got an awful lot of people I subscribe to, but sometimes it's very hard and you go through a wee stage where you just can't find people you want to tag to. There's not many new ones about, or you're not seeing them, they're not coming up regular. So really what this is for, I want to get my name out there, but more importantly is I want to get people's names in here that I don't know, whose channels I don't know, who I can subscribe to and watch and partake in and watch it either growing or learn from an older channel. So this is for everybody. Should you be it's your first video to somebody who's been doing it for 10 years. I really would love you to partake in this. I don't know how it works entirely, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the tag open. And if you, for instance, if you're not one of my subscribers, would you tag me in to let me see what you've done, what your video for this tag is, just so that I can see it and I can go over to your channel, and if I like it I can subscribe, or you can come to mine and vice versa, and sort of pass it on to our friends, because sometimes I see these tags and it's the same people tagging the same people every time, and that doesn't build a community. It builds a small tight clique of people, if you like, and lots of different wee cliques never really work in my eyes, but that's just me. But I really want this to be open. I want it to be out there in the community and see as many people as I can take part in it. You don't necessarily have to join or subscribe to my channel, I should say. That's not the whole point of it. The point is we put names forward and we all look at each other's tags and we can decide what channel we want to go to. And it really is just an open tag. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to try it this time and see. I want to meet more people. I want more chats. I want more involvement in the community. And for me, this seems like a good idea to do it. Right, that's it. That's enough of the begging. Let's get on to what the tag is. It's 3x2. It's very, very simple. For people that know my channel is, most of the times I will take two knives out with me. And I think an awful lot of us are like that. So what I would like you to do is just pick 3 times 2 of your going out knives. Now, I want this to be, pick the most obscure reasons for doing it, or the most obscure reason to use a knife that you maybe haven't had out for a while. But just make it interesting. Just shuffle it up a wee bit. If you haven't got 2 knives, a big and a small one, put 2 big ones in. Whatever you would carry out, but something you genuinely would carry out rather than just a made-up one. So I'm going to start now. Here's my 3. The first one is my bushcraft, or my afternoon out making a cup of tea. I take a bush stove with me and use twigs, sticks, whatever. I don't take a hatchet because I'm not going to chop down a tree. I don't take a saw because I'm not going to take live branches. I'll just lift them off the ground, and I use this. This was once one of our really good knives in the kitchen. It's a cleaver. It's about 5mm, 6mm thick. It's heavy. It sharpens really easy, and it goes through branches absolutely amazingly. It's better than any bushcraft hatchet I've had. So I've been used, you can see by the use of it, it's had so much use, and I take that out with me. And the second knife that I would take out when I'm going into the bush, when I say get into the bush, I mean go into the forest for an afternoon cup of tea and something to eat, or just, an overnighter or something. But the other one I'll take is my Mora Robust. It's an HQ Robust. It's one of the older Moras, but it has got one of the most comfortable handles on any knife I have ever held, and that's genuine. It's an absolute dream to work with. It's one of the thicker Moras. I think it's 3.2mm thick, which is the same as this Bushcraft Black and all. But this would cost me about £13, and you can see the use on that knife. That's not dirt, it's just use. It has been battered, bruised. I couldn't break that if I tried. So, there's my first 2, and that's the goal of it. It's just put 2 knives and tell me a little bit about what you use them for. Now, I'll put that over to the side, and then I'll come to my next 2. Excuse me. Now, as you know, I love taking 2 knives no matter where I go. One usually clips in my pocket, which is a bigger one, and the secondary one clips on my other pocket and just dangles, because I'm not very good with floaters, be that in the bath or with a knife. So this is one of my favourite all-time knives with my lovely edge on it. I can't really get it in this. Oh yes, I can. This is my own handmade edge on it. I love this knife. It's a copy of my Grail knife, and I'm not even going to go there. But this is a knife, just what I would take out every day. You know, if I'm going out down the town or wherever I'm going, I would take this. This is not a special occasion knife. It's a knife that I use and I cut. I do actually cut things with it. And the second one is my little bean knife, and it's on the suspension clip. But this goes in my pocket so that if anybody asks me for a knife, I can bring this wee bean knife. It's non-locking, and I live in a society that thinks non-locking blades are less dangerous than locking ones, or so I don't understand it myself. But again, this is my little knife, and it is used. Believe me, they're both used. These are not, none of my knives are keepsakes. I use them all. I keep saying when I get a good knife, I'm not going to use it, and then the next day there I am using it. So this is just my everyday this would be my everyday carry. It'll be a big one and a small one. Not necessarily these two, because I change every day that I can. There's the odd knife that gets an extra couple of days, and this would be one of the odd ones. So I would just take that. That's my everyday use. I will hand people this one if they ask me for a knife. I will not hand them this one, because obviously in Ireland we can't use a locking knife, and I wouldn't break the law, obviously. So there we go. That's my second one. We'll move that out of the way. And my third one is my knife for going out with the boys. I really didn't have very many good knives in the beginning. Most of my knives were Ganzos and San Remus. And over this last couple of months, I have been blessed by subscribers who have gifted me lovely knives. And I'm just picking one of them today. Because it's so out of my comfort zone of what I would have thought I would have liked in knives. And that is, I'm sure you've already guessed, it's my Two Sun Night Morning design with a blade that is just, well, it's just nothing I would ever have seen myself taking. And I love this knife. And I know it's a strange shaped blade. And funny, somebody today sent a comment on a video I done last night that it was a bit of a useless knife with a useless shape that you couldn't really, not for use. And they couldn't be further from the truth. This knife is useful. This knife is great to use as an EDC. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. So I don't think they were being rude. I think there was a language sort of barrier there. The person wasn't from this country. But they were just saying they thought it was useless, would be useless in everyday use in a nice way. Let's put it like that. In a nice way. But it really is very useful. It's lovely. I just love the shape of it. And this is the sort of knife, I've always gone out with knife people or people I know like looking at my knives. I don't know a lot of knife people around me, to be honest with you. But I know a lot of people, like my son and his mates, who, what are you carrying today? What knife you got? So this is the sort of knives, and this is the other one I would take out with me. This is my another little bean knife. Really lovely. It's a locking knife, I'm afraid. But because this is one where I'm going out with knife people, I'll not worry too much. This is a working blade as well. It cuts incredibly well. It's S35VN steel. This one is D2, another great working knife. And the both of them I would take out anywhere, because I just think they're so unusual, attractive. They're a talking point. You can set them down on the table and people are not just going to go, oh yeah, it's a nice knife. They want to lift it, they want to touch them. And so do I. And that's why they're sitting there in front of you. So that's my going out with the boys or going out with knife people. If I ever do meet any local, this is what I would take out. But that's it. And that's my tags. I'll bring them all back in again now and just set them there. These are just this tag is really just a simple tag. I just love seeing people's knives, and any excuse at all to see them, to listen to a wee story is even better. So please join in. Just take part in it. I mean, you don't have to join anybody. You don't have to sub anybody. But if you put your name out, people might want to sub to you, which is nice. You know, that's nice. We all have channels because we want to get subs. But I mean, I'd rather have channels where people choose to come along because they like what I am. Don't just come and sub me because I've subbed you. If you don't like my channel, don't sub it. Because what's the point? You're not going to comment. And in the end, I think YouTube takes you off anyway. But I mean, I'm very lucky. I've got great subs. I keep saying this every time, but I genuinely do. And you went over the other night to Everyday City Carrie, who's just a newcomer. And you went over in your hordes and you subbed him and gave him a hell of a start, which was great. And I thank you all very much for it. So I'm finished now. Please take part in the tag, as many as you can. If you're not subbed to me, please tag me and let me know that I can go to your channel and have a wee look at it. And there's no pressure. If you've just started, stick whatever knives you've got down. It doesn't matter at all. It's just get the community together, get us in. Let's see what we've all got. Let's see where the trends are for the low, medium and high knives, because I love looking at them all. Absolutely love looking at them all. All right, that's it. Ramble over it. Take care. Paddy's away. Thank you very much. Bye.